crypto in 2024, I believe, is going to be an incredibly powerful year.
Yeah,
And
I think you're right.
And it's because of an alignment. We have this celestial alignment of all the things, all the cycles. So we have the 4-year cycle in Bitcoin, right? The halving happens in April, early May, depending on the blocks. But that's going to happen. We've got this wave of liquidity that's about to be unleashed with the approval of the ETF.
Renowned hedge fund manager Mark Yusko is the founder, CIO, and managing director of Morgan Creek Capital Investments. Since Yusko and the asset management firm diversified into the digital assets industry, he has been a frequent commentator and advocate of alternative assets, especially cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. With the entire crypto and digital asset space on the verge of a very historic moment, Yusko is extremely bullish about the trajectory of crypto asset prices in 2024. According to the Morgan Creek Capital CIO, 2024 will be an incredibly powerful and special year for Bitcoin and the overall digital asset space for a number of reasons. Firstly, 2024 is the year of the much-anticipated Bitcoin halving, a periodic event that halves the reward for mining Bitcoin transactions, along with the asset's inflation rate. Because the halving reduces Bitcoin mining rewards, thereby reducing the amount of Bitcoin that comes into circulation, it contributes significantly to price gains. So far, there have been 3 Bitcoin halving events, and each has been great for Bitcoin prices. But the halving is just one of the events aligning for higher Bitcoin and crypto prices in 2024. In addition to the halving, 2024 could be the year crypto goes fully mainstream, with thousands of institutional investors estimated to come aboard after the SEC approves a spot Bitcoin ETF in January. But there are 2 other powerful events lined up for 2024. Yusko believes all these events will not only take Bitcoin and other crypto assets to record highs, but also completely revolutionize the entire industry starting in 2024. We will now bring you clips from Mark Yusko's latest interview with the Dales Report, as he gives his outlook for Bitcoin and the entire digital assets industry in 2024. Please watch, share, and like this video. Also, ensure you subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks and enjoy the video.
We've got this cyclical wave of it looks like the economy's slowing, therefore the Fed's going to go back to accommodation, which will devalue the dollar more, which means if we price Bitcoin in dollars, the price of Bitcoin goes up. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've got a technological wave where 650,000 people were laid off from big tech. That's a lot. And it turns out some of them don't have enough money to never work again. Some do, but many don't. And turns out some of them are like really smart. And so they are starting new companies and in these cycles post downturn. So everyone says, well, we didn't have a recession. Fine, you can believe that. I don't really care. 2022 was as much a recession as 2001, right? We had 2 negative quarters. We had 1% growth for the year. That's a recession. Now, you don't want to call it a recession because you juiced the employment numbers. I don't really care. But post 2001, 2002, 2003 were some of the best vintages for business formation, venture capital, innovation. And it's because during those downturns, people get displaced.
Right.
And turns out, most powerful force in the universe, not Bitcoin. I mean, that's close, but no, I'm just kidding, is human creativity. Human creativity is unbelievable. And actually, the reason I am the most excited about Bitcoin, I'm excited about other things in digital assets, but Bitcoin in particular, and I'm stealing this directly from Jimmy Song, but Jimmy talks about if you get paid in fiat, you're a slave. And it's a really politically charged word. You're not supposed to use it, but you are. Right? You're a slave. Why? Because the government can steal the wealth back from you through devaluation. If we migrate to a deflationary currency like Bitcoin, and you got paid in Bitcoin, you're no longer a slave. You unshackle yourself. And what that does is it unleashes human creativity because you no longer have to work your slaving job, right? It's the Bachman Turner Overdrive song, and quit your slaving job and get your pay, or start your slaving job and get your pay, right? That goes all the way back to the 70s. They've been talking about this. And so people knew that it was debt slavery and fiat slavery, but we didn't know how to break out of it because we needed the money to buy the food and pay the bills. Well, now if you can have an asset that actually appreciates as the dollar devalues,
yes,
you have a store of value, and you can take time to think, to create. And not everybody will be good at it, but the ones that are, I think it unleashes amazing potential. And the thing that gets me excited, and why I call it the truth net, is the trust industry has existed for 838 years. So the Medicis formed these first banks. They stole the idea from the Portuguese monks, the Knights Templar, and they created fractional reserve banking. Okay, great. Fractional reserve banking has had a great run for 838 years. And it doesn't mean that it necessarily has to go away, but the idea of two ledgers controlled by someone that we trust to oversee it, right? And that we pay money to. So $7 trillion gets extracted from the global system for trust, right? To verify that my account has my amount of money in it. That when I transfer it to you, the auditors come in and say it happened. Or the broker makes sure that my security is where they say it is. All of that trust can be replaced with truth. Because if we have a blockchain that says Mark has a Bitcoin, I don't need JP Morgan or Deutsche Bank or any broker or any accountant or any lawyer or anyone. It's there. It's truth.
Last November, after SBF's FTX and Alameda Research collapsed, Yusko repeatedly stated that the collapse was specially orchestrated to bring some controversy to the crypto industry and give U.S. regulators free rein to launch an aggressive onslaught against the industry. Yusko has repeatedly described how a famous U.S. investor pulled out of an investment agreement regarding digital asset lender BlockFi at the very last minute in 2022. According to Yusko, the widespread 2022 crypto contagion resulted from the banking sector's continued interference. The hedge fund manager believes the centuries-old industry is in cahoots with U.S. regulators to permanently devastate the cryptocurrency industry, so their absolute control of the world's wealth can remain unchallenged. Yusko has asserted that, in return, U.S. politicians and regulators get more money to fund their ambitions. An example is Sam Bankman-Fried's multi-million-dollar political donations to Democratic and Republican politicians before his arrest. Fast forward over a year later, and regulators and lawmakers like Elizabeth Warren are still sharing the false rhetoric about crypto being the preferred mode of payment for criminals. Yusko believes this onslaught will last another 4 years before they all accept complete defeat and crypto gradually takes over every sector. Here are more clips from the interview.
Now, here's the question for Ms. Warren, and I hope you're listening, Ms. Warren. Where the fuck is the $3 trillion that's missing? I'm deadly serious on this. Where is the $3 trillion that's gone missing while you've been in charge of the Banking and Finance Committee? So under your watch, $3 trillion has gone missing in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Syria, in all these places. Tell me where it is. So when she gives me that answer, then I'll listen to anything she has to say. But look, to answer your question, again, good question. Why do they lambaste it?
Mm-hmm.
Fear, right?
Yeah.
You're threatening their livelihood.
Yeah.
Not you, but we collectively are threatening their livelihood. And look, I didn't have anything to do with this. Jameson Lopp and all the original developers, that's who's threatening. Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever he, she, they are. I guess it's a he because he identified once as a he. But they created this thing that threatens the livelihood of the money changers.
Yes.
And look, I've been reading this really interesting book. It's called The New World Order. And it basically tracks the history of the Rothschild clan and the history of, it's some scary stuff. I mean, it's some scary stuff. And I probably shouldn't say this out loud because they'll come get me, but it's some scary stuff. And every war is simply a money-making exercise. When Russia was going into recession 10 years ago, what did they do? Start dropping bombs in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Afghanistan has been occupied for 75 years, either by us or by Russia. It's just an alternating place to drop bombs so we can send checks to Raytheon. I mean, call it what it is. God, we are in the then they fight you phase. And I've talked about this for a while, right? 09 to 15, first they ignore you. Bunch of nerds and geeks. You go play with your magic internet money. Have fun. Knock yourself out. 16 to 21, then they laugh at you. Oh, my God, you guys are so ridiculous. Okay, it's $1 billion. Oh, it's a $20 billion. Oh, it's $100 billion. Ha, 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 ha. It's just, fake it, phony money. 2022 to now, and I think through 2027, then they fight you. And why do they fight you? Well, because you're threatening. And this is not just this. This is every incumbent being threatened by disruptive technology, whether it was the, horse and buggy, or whether it was the train, or whether it was, early days of gas oil lamps versus electricity. There's this great ad from like 1903 or whatever of electric wires and this demon coming out of the wires. Like electricity was it's the same thing they try to demonize Bitcoin, right? It's some demonic thing that's going to, be bad for you. But the reality is fear is how you control people.
Yes.
It's how you elicit the outcome you want, right? And those in power will always fear competition, and they will always fear disruption.
Meanwhile, all spot Bitcoin ETF applications now seem locked, loaded, and ready for the SEC's approval, which is widely expected to be announced by January 10th, 2024. On Friday, major applicants including BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise, and WisdomTree submitted their revised spot Bitcoin ETF filings, a major step towards securing the Commission's approval in 2024. The regulator had given Friday afternoon as a deadline for applicants to file the latest S1 updates to their applications. While the applicants scrambled to meet the SEC's deadline, Bloomberg analyst Eric Balchunas tweeted about the updates and how the applicants had responded to the SEC's requirements to add authorized participants to the filings. According to Eric, BlackRock named Jane Street and JP Morgan as its authorized participants, financial institutions that dynamically manage the creation and redemption of ETF shares in the primary market. Eric also noted that BlackRock was one of the few applicants that added their authorized participants to their S1 updates. Valkyrie, another applicant that made a similar move on Friday, named Jane Street and Cantor Fitzgerald. Fidelity also named Jane Street as its spot Bitcoin ETF's authorized participant. Fidelity's S1 filing also included its fee, which has been fixed at 0.39%, a relatively low price compared to other participants. WisdomTree also named Jane Street as its AP, while Invesco named Virtue and JP Morgan. The Invesco Galaxy partnership also took things a step further by stating they will waive the fees for the first 6 months and the first $5 billion in assets. Plus, the adverts have started rolling in. First, it was Bitwise with a Bitcoin advert featuring Jonathan Goldsmith. On Thursday, Vanik, another spot Bitcoin ETF applicant, also released its Bitcoin-themed advert, stirring excitement and speculation within the Bitcoin community. The commercial was filmed at PubKey, a Bitcoin bar in New York City, and included other Bitcoin references, including coffee from Lightning Coffee and a stack of 11 issues of Bitcoin magazine. The race is full on now, and these firms are ready to lock horns to get all the good stuff as soon as the approval is announced. Like every other highly publicized launch, the first few weeks will matter a lot for these firms. The competition will be fierce, but the fiercer it is, the better for Bitcoin and every cryptocurrency investor. What are your thoughts on Mark Yusko's interview and predictions for Bitcoin and the entire digital asset space? Please drop your comments and observations in the comment section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.
Hey Savvy Finance enthusiasts, massive shout out for being the heartbeat of Savvy Finance. Your support has been the wind beneath our wings, and we can't express our gratitude enough. Now buckle up because we've got an exclusive deal just for you. Ever wanted a slice of the action? We're offering a golden opportunity to own part of our YouTube channel's potential future revenue. This isn't just an investment, it's an invitation to be a part of our story. Investing means you're not just an investor, you will be a participant in the future of Savvy Finance. No cheesy lines, just a genuine call to embark on this journey together. But wait, there's more. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, become a Savvy ambassador. Share our videos on every platform: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Your shares amplify our visibility, potentially translating to more views and more YouTube revenue. Here's the kicker. If our viewership increases, we would not be just growing financially. We would be making a tangible impact by spreading valuable financial education. Now the icing on the cake. Invest and you'll score exclusive access to our private Savvy Finance Discord. Here you can chat with Savvy Finance, swap ideas with fellow investors, and be at the forefront of exciting developments. Click on the link below to register your Gigastar account. You can also find the link to my offering page in the description below. Get your Gigastar account ready, review the offering details, and let's embark on this thrilling venture together. To the incredible Savvy community, thank you for being the backbone of our success. Your journey is my journey, and together, we're creating waves. Cheers.